children. How are you all? I hope you are all keeping well and doing well in your studies at home, and hope you are all safe and sound. Keep well. Okay, very good. So, yesterday you had the class, the supplementary lesson, and I hope you have got your notes. And I presume that you are all studying well, reading the lessons, copying down the notes, and so on. Okay, children, I request you, those of you who are nearby the school, if you bring the notebooks, I can correct and give you, or you send through someone. Okay, it is nice that if everybody together coming, instead of that, if you, those who are nearby, if it is possible, send your notes so that you can get corrected. Okay, that is one request. Another thing, you have already got two to three lessons. That first lesson, then the second poem, then also supplementary lessons are completed, and the poem note you will get tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you can get the notes, or no, maybe tomorrow or next week you may get the note, because the poem has yet to be taken. Because I have taken the class, but the poem class will be sent to you. Tomorrow's class maybe. Okay, now what comes is my request is you are all remaining at home with your responsibility to study whatever lesson is taught by the teachers. Children, take care of your classes and study well and read the lessons well. Okay, so already you will get the notes, the poem, the cricket, the ant and the cricket. A beautiful moral is there, the story that you will understand. I hope you understood what is the moral of the story. That doing hard work so that you will enjoy your future. That means you will not have, of course, difficulties will be there. At the same time, you need not much worry. If you are responsible for your studies today, tomorrow you need not worry about it. Okay, so that is what the lesson that you learn from the ant and the cricket. Okay, and be like the ant, not like the cricket. Okay, be responsible. See the future, because as I said already in the class, future is in your hand. Okay, so today you will learn a new lesson. That is the lesson, the reader book. That is your honeydew, the reader. The second lesson is tsunami. We are all familiar with the tsunami, is it not? So, tsunami is the word come from a Japanese word. Okay, it is a Japanese word. Tsunami. It is T is silent, of course. Okay, T is silent. Tsunami. Su means harbor. Nami means waves. So what is tsunami? So I said it is a Japanese word. This of two combination of two words, that is tsunami. Su means harbor. Nami means waves. Okay. Now what is tsunami? We are all familiar with, no? Yes or no? Many of you are very familiar with. Every now and then we hear that the tsunami here and there places. Of course, we also in 2004, all of us faced that. Is it not? There was a lot of chaos in our especially in our country itself. So tsunami is a earthquake that takes place under the sea. Because of that, the water strong and big, large waves, very powerful waves comes to the harbor, wash the take away whatever is nearby. So the water comes in very fast because of the earthquake. What is earthquake? It is a shaking of the earth due to various situations. Okay, we know what is under the earth is. So because of that, the earthquake take under the sea. Because of that, strong, large waves are formed, which rises the water to the harbor. Okay, that is called tsunami. And you know, very often, because all of us are nearby the seashore, is it not? Sea is nearby. We know what are the waves. Sometimes we can see very smooth waves. Some are very rough. Some are very hard. Big rising, low. All those things we know. All of us are familiar with the waves, is it not? So tsunami is an earthquake. Natural waves is not earthquake, but tsunami, because of the earthquake under the sea, the water rises. Okay, let us see what is the lesson. So in 2004, there was a great tsunami. It affected so many places. It is under Thailand, under Nicobar Island, especially even in the part of India, Tamil Nadu, certain areas, even our place also, it was little bit of affected. So not. So we will come through this lesson. In this lesson, you will learn different stories that occurred during the tsunami in different places, especially in Andaman Nicobar Island. Okay, what are the things that took place and people, so this lesson is divided into 3 parts, and you will learn different things that has taken. So these different items or different experience of the people are explained in this lesson. Let us see what is that. Let us enter into the lesson now. Please take your textbook, page number 25. Okay. Behind you know what is Andaman Nicobar Island, where it is, what are the the small what is called islands or places are here that you can learn by yourself. Okay, so page number 25. Listen carefully and listen to my class. Okay, now a tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea, as I explained to you. On 26th December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as the Andaman Nicobar Island and the Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. So in this lesson, you will see the courage of the people and survival of the people. How some people survived, some people lost their life. All those some stories you will listen. And here also, children, they say that animals can sense the natural changes in the cosmos. That means in the weather. So the animals are not so much affected. Of course, there are so many animals dying, but at the same time, the people say that animals can sense it early before the tsunami occurs. Therefore, they will run away to the safer places. That is what people say, and it happened also. Okay, now we will enter into the lesson. The first part, you just look into your textbook. These stories are all from the Andaman Nicobar archipelago. Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Kachol. Kachol is a island in Nicobar Island. Okay, Ignatius is a man who was a manager of a cooperative society. Cooperative society is the society where people work, like the society where people, there is an organization in order to help the people see the need of the people. Okay, so it is like a cooperative society. Now he was the manager in that place, the cooperative society in Kachol. Okay, his wife woke him at 6 a.m. So his wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. So on one day, suddenly his wife woke him up at 6 a.m. and he felt some earthquake is taking place. Ignatius carefully took his television set off its table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. So as he got up, he realized that earthquake, therefore the TV set was on the table like this, and he put it down so that it may not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. Then they rushed out of the house because something is going to happen. They understood that the earthquake is there, what will happen, everything will collapse and things. So they ran out of the house. When the tremors stopped, they saw the sea was rising. So when the tremors means what? The slight shaking of the earth, then that is over. They saw that the water is just rushing coming up, rising. In the chaos and confusion, two of his children caught hold of his hands of their mother's father and mother's brother. So, uncle, the grandfather and uncle was there in their house. Who's the children? That means the Ignatius' father-in-law and brother-in-law was there. Okay, so the two children caught hold of their hands and they rushed in the opposite direction. So they got opposite direction they went. He never saw them again. Who? Ignatius never saw them because they washed away in the water. His wife was also swept away. So what happened is their wife was there, father-in-law was there, brother-in-law was there, two children plus two more, three. He had 5 children. 2 children caught hold of grandfather and uncle, and they went to the other side and they washed away. And his wife, that is the children's mother, she is also washed away. Only the 3 other children who came with him were saved. And there were 3 more children. Those children were their father Ignatius, and only they were saved. They saved somehow themselves. That is the one story that happened in Kachol, the place. Okay. There is another story. Another story means another incident that took place. They are not the stories. It is real incident that took place during the tsunami in 2004. Sanjeev was a policeman. This is another incident. Sanjeev is a policeman serving in the Kachol island of the Nicobar group of islands. So, Kachol is an island, group of islands in Nicobar. Okay? Group of islands in Nicobar. So, this particular police, Sanjeev was working there. He was serving his duty there. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter from the waves. So, he is also there in Kachol. He somehow tried to manage to save his wife and his daughter. Then what happened? But then he heard cries for help from the wife of John, the guest house cook. So nearby there was a woman whose husband was John. That is, John's wife was crying for help. He heard somebody's cry. He saved his family, but then he heard someone is crying for help. Who was that? The wife of John, the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. So he saved his family, but he lost his life because he went to save someone else. They both washed away or swept away. Water took them away into the sea. Then this is another second incident. The third incident is 13-year-old Meghna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. There was another little girl, 13-year-old girl. She and her, along with her parents and 77 other people, they are all washed away. They were all in that such particular village. They could not save themselves because the water. If people say that no, we cannot save ourselves from water and fire because it spread very fast. It moves very fast. So this is what happened. She spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding on to a wooden door. 11 times she saw a helicopter overhead, but they did not see her. So this particular girl, she is telling that 13-year-old girl, Meghna, she says that she, her parents and 77 other people were washed away. But this particular girl, she got a wooden piece, a wooden piece, and she got hold of that water because we know that wood float on the water is not, it will not sink. So it was just according to the waves, the wood was moving. So she got hold of that and she is telling, she just got hold of it and she saw so many times, 11 times the helicopter is above her head looking for to save the people. But they could not see her, but she could see. But those people could not see her. Sanjeev then, now she saw the helicopter overhead 11 times, but they did not see her. She was brought to the shore by a wave and was found walking on the shore in a daze. So then finally what happened is, after many days, maybe after a long time, maybe we do not know exactly, one wave itself brought her to the shore. So she said, but she was in a very pathetic situation. She was so alone walking on the shore. She was so tired, dazed. That means panting with the horse, all those things. She just reached the shore. Who saved her? The wave itself brought her to the shore. Okay? That is another incident. You see now 3 incidents you have. It's not. Now there is another incident. Children, listen carefully. Are you able to follow me? Am I too fast? When you listen and when you read, if you find difficult words, please check the dictionary. Some words are given in the glossary or side by of your books that you can see. But if you find any difficult words, please refer to the dictionary, write down the meaning so that you will learn well. If everything we give, you will not learn. If you study, you search for it, you will learn better. You will never forget it. Okay? That's why. Now, this is another incident is Alma's child was 10 years old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. So this is another girl. Alma's child was a 10-year-old. Okay, she was 10 years old. She was a student who was studying in Carmel school, that is she was studying what is called Alma's, okay. She was studying in Carmel school in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. So she was studying and the father was working in a petrol pump there. Her mother Rahila's home was in Nancowry Island. It is also an island where Nicobar Andaman. This particular tsunami took place. They were there. How they came? They came. Says that the family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. Where they have gone? Nancowry Island. Maybe from their holy days, Christmas. They wanted to come to celebrate Christmas in her family. In the family, that is the wife's place, that means the mother of Alma's child. Okay, they came there to celebrate Christmas. When the tremors came, what is tremors means? Tremors, moving of the earth. Isn't it? I told you, shake of the earth. When the tremors came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. So when the earthquake took place, the family was sleeping. Alma's father saw the sea water recede. So Alma's father, he was awake maybe, he saw the water is receding. Receding is going back. When you look at the sea, you will see the waves comes and goes back and bring big ones. Isn't it? Big waves. So he said, so he saw the water is receding back, moving back towards, okay. Then receding means moving back. Where he understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. Then he understood, because the water was going to move back and it will come into full force, isn't it? So he understood that this waves is going to have a big force, it will come back. He woke everyone up and tried to rush from to a safer place. So then he went and woke all, because the whole family people were sleeping, isn't it? So he went and woke them so that they wanted to rush to a safer place, because he understood that there's a big waves is going to come, the forcefully it will come. So he tried to save. He woke all the family members and he tried to go to a safer place. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. So as they were rushing to a safer place, suddenly because maybe the grandfather was with them and he could not see, maybe we don't know, he did not see because they were rushing, no? Early morning they were sleeping. Maybe with that mood he went and hit somewhere and he fell down. Who? The grandfather of Almas. Then her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave and swept both of them away. So the grandfather fell down, hit by something, and her father went to lift him up or take him back or lift him up and bring him. But suddenly that huge giant wave came and took them away into the sea. So Alma's mother and aunt stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree, calling out for help. Then what happened? So Alma's auntie and her mother, they got hold of clinging. Clinging means just holding tightly on the coconut tree. They must have fallen down on coconut, no? So they are clinging to the coconut leaves and just calling for help. Then calling for help. A wave uprooted the tree and they too were washed away. So what happened is the giant wave came again and that wave uprooted. Uprooting means what? With root the tree was fallen down. So what happened? They took they were holding on the leaves, but the tree was completely rooted down and uprooted and they were washed away. You see what a pathetic situation, is it not? Great damage that took place. Now, Alma saw a log of wood floating. She climbed onto it. Then she has seen a log of wood is floating. Again, she's other place also you see, no? Someone 13-year-old girl was sitting on the goal. She found a goal, he called on. And here she too, Alma also found a log floating and she got hold of that and she climbed over it. Okay, Alma saw a log of wood floating. She climbed onto it. Then she fainted. She fainted means she was collapsed. She fell down. She was getting giddy. She was so tired. Everything was so rushed and so much fainted. When she woke up, she was in a hospital in Kamota. So she got hold of that log and climbed there and sat there. Then she fainted, but suddenly she was unconscious maybe. That's why she says when she got up, she found that she is in a hospital in Kamota. From there, she was brought to Fort Blair. Afterwards, she was brought to Fort Blair. Maybe they took the hospital. Somebody must have saved her, and she was brought to her village or her place. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized. Traumatized means she was in a great shock. She was so desperate. She was so distressed and depressed. Why? Because she has seen all that situation. Her father and mother all were washed away. She has no one. She is alone. She doesn't want to think about those incidents. She was depressed, traumatized, which means greatly shocked. Sometimes in our own life also, sometimes some small incident we don't want to think about it because it must have so much pained us, is it not? So this incident pained this girl very much and she never wanted to even to think about that. She never wanted to talk about the tsunami and her father and things. That incident she never wanted. Okay, this is the first part of the lesson. Okay, please read the textbook carefully. Read properly with understanding. Find out the meaning. I hope you will do. Okay, you must read it. Not one time. You must read repeatedly. I hope all of you are having your textbook with you. Okay, please read the first part of the lesson carefully and write down the meanings. As I said first, please bring your notebook, those who are nearby, so that I can correct your book. Thank you. See you in the next class.